You're listening to the Heart and Soul podcast with Kathryn Banco. I'm on a mission to celebrate breakthrough, empowerment, and shameless living in the lives of women everywhere. Join me and let's live unashamed together.
Here we go. It's me, I'm Mario.
I've gotten William to say that. He loves saying it because he loves the Mario movie. What's up, everybody? Did I just put it back on our crotches?
Yeah.
We're recording, and I'm going to leave this in. Let me move the camera a different way.
The camera's a little low. And
our crotches are within better?
I don't know.
Why is my knee still in it?
I think you need to scoot the books closer to us, like 6 inches.
And you better believe I'm leaving all this in because I hate editing.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Heart and Soul. Today I'm joined by my dear friend, Summer Lambert.
You got it right. Doe deer, a female deer. That's me.
A doe deer, female deer. It's been way too long since you've podcasted with me.
It's true. Y'all, I gotta tell you something funny.
Tell me.
I took family photos for Kathryn last week.
There's a lot of funny that can come out of this.
Yeah, and while I was driving to Ocean Isle, sorry to give away your location, but it's hindsight now.
Well, now I'm not there, so all my followers won't come fight me.
They won't come stalk you. I thought to myself, man, I miss podcasting. I should ask Kathryn if she wants to have a guest soon. And so after the shoot, I was telling her that, and she goes, I don't have anybody next week. When it come by, I was like, yeah, I'll be there. So here I am.
And that's how we plan here in the podcasting verse, universe, podverse.
Sometimes a solo episode's good. Sometimes the interview is better.
Well, I just feel like, okay, so I've been podcasting for a while now. Mm-hmm. This is my 7th season. And when it was me and Chelsea, it was a lot easier to get guests because there's 2 of us.
Right, yeah.
And with our powers combined.
Yeah, 2 leads.
Yeah.
At all times.
We know different people. It was a lot easier. And then when I was just with one child and he was in daycare, it was still easy because I could still work. Now with Coco,
you got 2 child.
I got 2 childs.
And no co-host.
I got no co-host. And I got no daycare for the Coco. So that girl.
So 2 variables minus 1 lead equals tougher.
Equals
tough.
Really hard.
Tough. And
luckily,
you're doing it.
I'm doing it. And like,
wow.
I have finally let go of the perfectionism in me of feeling like I need to even show up every week. Like if there's a week where I'm just, I cannot make it happen. I'm just like, so sorry to all 200 of my listeners. I'm not going to be here.
It's fine. Go to 1,000. It's fine.
1,000. Yeah. Sorry. I forgot. Like,
short though. Yeah. Yeah. So here, this is how I got here.
I'm really, really glad because we haven't really caught up in
a minute, like a year or more.
Probably more. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the last time we caught up was probably when we podcasted, and that was probably season 5.
Oh, bless.
Go back and listen.
Yeah, it was a good one.
It was a good one. How are you?
I'm great.
And lots of things to talk about.
I'm 18 weeks pregnant. So we actually talked a little bit about that, I think, in season 5. Just, I think it was faith over fear, talking about not letting fear control you. And a lot of stuff I've been working through in my body journey was to get me to a place to where I could have children. And so just to be in the middle of that now is really special to be able to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And so, dealing with all the fun things with pregnancy for me is just sleeping a lot.
Yeah.
And so overall,
exhausting. Been great. So you want to go backwards, if you don't mind, and share a little bit about the process it took to get here?
Yeah. So, I think we're all collectively on the same page of understanding that healthcare is not great. Like, it's just not, especially women's healthcare.
Yeah.
And for all of our friends that are doctors, nurses, PAs, FNPs, all that, like, we love you.
What's an FNP?
Family nurse practitioner.
Okay. Love the title.
Yeah.
My FNP.
I'm an F. And it's kind of like you're saying F'n. Like,
yeah, that's why I like it.
Yeah, me too. My doctor right now is an FNP. Anyways, we respect that profession, love it, all the things.
Yes.
Correct. All of our friends we love, okay? But the system itself is broken, especially for women's healthcare. Because most of the things tested to find out prognosis for people is on men. So that's why when women come with pain or when women come with things, they don't have the data. Not anyone's fault. It's just not what people are trained in right now.
Right.
So a lot of people are going towards holistic medicine, all the things. Okay. So it took me a long time to trust doctors because in 2018, I went to my OBGYN for a routine appointment. And while I was in the appointment, okay, I don't know how graphic we want to get, but
it's pretty open. It's pretty vulnerable.
Yeah, you open, you vulnerable. There's a spotlight on your hoo-ha.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like expressing my concerns about birth control stuff and feeling like it wasn't helping my body. And instead of them wanting to talk me through it, they just said, yeah, we can put you on a wait list for gastric bypass if you want. Like, that was the answer for me struggling with my weight. Yeah. So I said, get out. And I never went back. So I didn't go to the OBGYN for like 5 years. Don't recommend that.
But also don't blame you. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. And I didn't tell anyone about that for years because I felt so ashamed and just like I felt trapped in my body. And so I think 3 years ago is when I really started this journey of like, I must get to the root of this. There's something going on. Like, I work out all the time. I eat pretty healthy. Something's not correlating here.
Right.
Found out I have PCOS. Which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. A lot of different variations of it. Excuse me. But irregular cycles is a main factor or symptom. So working on like eating right for my body type, working on a positive mindset of my body, like a bunch of that stuff was where I started. And then the past year, started working directly with a doctor that I trusted. And she wanted me to try different medications for things. And so I tried semaglutide, which is kind of like Wegovy or Ozempic or something, but a different dose of it for like pre-diabetic reasons. Of course, if you're diabetic, they'll give it to you. But if you're pre-diabetic, they won't, which is, again, the medical system.
Yeah. Let's wait till you're broken till we solve the problem.
And, to my... surprise, it didn't really help with weight loss, but it did help with my cycles. Immediately,
Amazing.
My cycles came back regularly. Immediately.
Wow.
Because it was working with insulin resistance and getting my body to use the insulin that it has.
Fascinating.
Yeah. And so working with PCOS, like eating, a lot of dietitians are covered through insurance. So there's a lot of things you can do with that. I finally got regular cycles, had 7 in a row. And so this past January, I just decided I was going to fast because I felt really overwhelmed with fertility options, honestly.
Now, at this point, as you're getting your cycles back, are you thinking, well, we can do this naturally?
I didn't know.
You just didn't. You were just like, I don't know how okay.
Yeah, we had never prevented, but I had never been ovulating.
Yeah.
I wasn't ovulating.
Yeah.
So I thought, I have a lot of friends doing IVF, IUI, adoption. I mean, there's so many options. And you can go full, like, clinical, like, all the way there with IVF, or you can go very holistic with a lot of herbs and a lot of stuff. And I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so I fasted in January, a few lunches a week, just to pray and ask God to help me understand my body and to know what to do next. Because it's overwhelming. And you don't want to make, it's like a very personal decision.
Right.
And thankfully, my husband's been supportive. Like, he's like, whatever you want to do, I'll do, type thing, which is helpful. And also, like,
yeah.
Do you have an opinion?
Yeah. Okay. Can you help me out? It seems like a lot of weight. You're carrying the weight. And I think that's just, first of all, that's just motherhood.
I was going to say, yeah, but I think that's how
it just keeps going. But a common misconception is that, like, I don't know. I could go. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, we'll get there. But he's been very supportive. That's not any diss on him. But yeah, so through this whole thing, I've just thought, I don't know, I just have not had peace about the IVF journey. And so I think I was really struggling with that. And obviously there's a lot of things going on with that politically. Like, there's just a lot of things weaponized towards women in general. So I was like, God, I need your help. February rolls around. And I was having all these symptoms, but no period. And I was like, hey, God, we just talked about this for like a month straight. So you want to like let me know what's going on, okay? And so
I like how you got more twang when you talk to Jesus.
Yeah. I was like, Lord, we literally just spent a month talking about this. All right. Okay. Yeah. And so I was just kind of like, it just shows like how feeble and like small-minded we are towards God, because I literally spent a month asking. He answered, but I didn't even know he had answered because I just wouldn't take a pregnancy test because I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah.
So went a couple weeks. I took a test. Hindsight, it was positive. But I didn't even see that it was positive. I was like, okay, and threw it away.
What do you mean?
I don't know what I was expecting. I was like looking, it said 2 lines.
Yeah, that's what.
The one line's there, but then the second line showed up in the other place. But I was thinking it would be like,
really bright?
I don't know. I just, my brain was not ready to receive.
So you were like, it's negative.
Like, I'm not, yeah, throw it away.
Meanwhile, when I was like trying to get pregnant a million times all the time for the last 5 years, I would like start seeing a double line.
Yeah.
And there wouldn't be one there. I'd be like, hold on, if I hold up in this light, maybe like that's how like psychotic I was. And you're like, it's a lie, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know because I'd never been looking for it and like expected it. I don't know. Excuse me. And so another week went by, those symptoms were, killing me. Oh my God. And I went on a walk with some friends and they're like, you just need to take another test. I was like, no, I already took one. It was negative. It wasn't. It was just, I didn't know. So I went home, took a test.
You need to get the word.
No, I got it. I went and bought the clear blue.
It needs to tell you pregnant or not pregnant.
And I said, immediately. It was like one drop. I said, oh.
So you're like, I'm definitely further along than
I thought.
Because it picked up quick.
Mm-hmm. And so, no cute video of that moment because I was butt naked about to get in the shower.
We need to go back to just that topic of videos of moments.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's
like, put it in my back pocket.
Okay, back pocket.
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
To talk about that.
So I was like, okay, cool. And then I didn't tell anyone for 4 days because my husband was going through something pretty big in his life. He was about ready to leave for an international trip to lead a conference down in Honduras. And I was like, I don't need to tell him this before he goes.
That's crazy.
Well, I just didn't want it to like,
No, just your self-control.
Yeah, it was me and God were giggling. We were laughing.
I have zero self-control. Like, I'll eat something bad for lunch and I'll be like, okay, I wasn't going to tell you this, but I ate this. Like, within 5 minutes to Michael.
Yeah, it just felt like a fun thing. Like, oh yeah, we did just talk about this.
Yeah.
For a long time. God, and now we're going to talk about it together. But his health stuff ramped up. He ended up not going on the trip, which was really sad. And he was, dealing with a lot of mental health stuff, physical health stuff. And so 5 a.m. Monday morning, we just get back from dropping everyone else off at the airport. And I'm like, well, I should probably tell him now. Just make him feel better.
Turn it around.
So I just had the test in my pocket. He's like standing there in his underwear and he's like, I think I'm going to take this medicine, which was basically like an oxy. Like it would knock him out. I was like, I'm going to tell him if he's like, hi. And so then he goes, I just need a nap and I'll take medicine later. I said, I think that's a great idea, honey. So he puts pants on, thank God, because I wanted to take a video of him, which we'll get to the video thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, honey, this has been a crazy day. And we're standing in the bathroom and I'm fully dressed. He's fully in pajamas, unkempt. And I was like, let's just take a photo to remember this moment. God's going to do something with this moment. He's like, you're right. It's going to be fine. Because he was feeling really bad. So I hit video, not photo. And I was like, got to tell you something. Thought I was going to have a week to prepare something cute for you. But you just threw me off a little bit. And he's like, what? I said, I'm pregnant. And I pulled the test out. This man, he was so shocked in the cutest way. But then typical type A, 1 on the Enneagram. What are your symptoms? How far along are you? What are you feeling? Who have you told? Who knows? What else? What's going on in your body? Do you know how far along you are? Have you been to the doctor? I was like, hey, this is happening. And he was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then just like, so.
That's so sweet.
It was sweet. But yeah, so then I went to Lifeline Pregnancy Center because they do free ultrasound.
Been there multiple times.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, you're 8.5 weeks. I said,
But you're like past your first ultrasound.
Yeah. And I think it was 8 weeks and 6 days. Like it was basically 9 weeks.
Yeah, so you saw the heartbeat and everything.
Yeah. And then I went to South Korea 2 weeks later.
Cute.
I was like, can I go on this trip? And they were like, yeah, as long as you're feeling good. And I was like, I feel fine. So it was kind of a crazy story.
Did you have symptoms in South Korea?
I was just so tired. I napped everywhere. I napped in temples. I napped in a village. I napped in 7-Elevens.
Nice.
Airport. A lot of bathrooms. You sit down, it's over.
The tiredness in the first trimester is unreal.
Yeah. I was sad because I couldn't eat any of the raw stuff. I ate enough.
Yeah,
it was fine. So yeah, that's how that happened. I know.
And you find out what it is soon.
Yeah, in a couple weeks.
And how are you feeling now?
Great. Just a little tired, but really great. I'm ready to rip my entire house apart and throw everything away.
Purge.
It is not necessary.
Yeah, purge and then nest. And you got the perfect house for a little family.
I know.
We need to bring that family in there.
I know. Just been waiting on them to show up. That's been that journey. And we're still obviously in the middle of it, I'm almost halfway there. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be such a good mom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's been something that's been really sweet. I think the last 3 years, I've been in photography as my full-time job for 14 years. Probably the last 3 or 4 years, every time I do a family session, whoever it is says, do you have any kids? And I'm like, no, not yet. We're praying for them. And they say, you're going to be the best mom.
You really are.
And I just feel like God has been like speaking that over me through other people to reassure me.
Right.
Because I've never seen myself as a mom. I've seen myself like as a grandmother, but I've never seen myself as a mom.
Interesting.
I've always wanted to be grandmama. Like I've always wanted to be the crazy grandma with all the stories, and so I think society can make you be fearful of motherhood.
Yeah.
But then when you really think about what it is and the privilege it is, it's
definitely.
like, let's do it.
When you were doing our photos,
Mhm.
and so like when Summer did our photos, y'all, there were 2 family units. I still call us the kids. So it was a family that I grew up with my whole life. We did like trips and holidays and everything together. Me and Neva have been friends since kindergarten. And so my parents are friends with their parents. They're the parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're the kids.
And now the kids have kids.
And now the kids have kids. And so there's 2 on our side, 3 grandkids on our side, 3 grandkids on their side. So there were 18 people that Summer was having to rally together to get photos. And you handled it like a champ. Of course, like it was chaos, but the monkey move was so good. She'd be like, William. And my son was being a butt.
He doesn't like photos. And
he hates pictures. But also he was like, it was 6 o'clock and we'd been like at the beach all day. He was cranky, no naps,
Yeah.
So Summer pulls out this trick of like, there's a monkey in my camera. And you're like, wah! While you're taking photos, like simultaneously taking these like stunning family photos while
just full monkey,
like straight up being a monkey.
I would do it in the mic, but it's gonna be way too loud, so I won't do it.
It was amazing though, but you really do have such a nurturing side to you, and it's gonna be sweet to see.
I'm excited, and I've been doing so much ministry and counseling.
Yeah,
and
you'll work with kids every day,
and so I feel equipped in that way. But also, I'm just like, whatever, Lord, whatever you do, I'm ready for it, whatever it is. And so we'll see. It's gonna be exciting.
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. So
nothing changes you like parenthood.
Yeah.
In the best and hardest ways.
Of course. Yeah.
Like it's
because marriage is very defining. You really realize like, wow, I'm selfish, and now I'm holding up someone else, and they're holding me up, and it's a new level of vulnerability. But even just in this process of being pregnant, I see already like how God is going to use this to show me more sides of myself that need refinement and that need Him more, and ways that Ryan and I can communicate better and trust each other even more. So yeah, it's been sweet already to see that, and I know it'll continue. I mean, of course,
every day. And then just when you think you're like, oh, I've conquered that sin.
Oh no,
like mine's the rage for me. Like I will get like rage feelings towards my children.
I felt rage, so that's probably gonna pop back up.
And it's like a lot to do with stress and just like constantly being go. Control. And then 2, like I'm postpartum still, so like hormones are crazy. Hormones. And I'll be like, I have rage. Like I want to yell at these little cute
angel babies.
Angels. I want to yell at them.
Yeah.
And that's been something where I have to literally pause, and in my head I just say, Jesus, make me more like you. Make me more like you. Mm-hmm. That's my go-to line. Make me more like you.
That's it.
Because all I want to do is scream.
Oh yeah. I'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah.
It'll probably be at least a year. But.
And I remember my friend Parker, who's been on the podcast, she was like, when I was pregnant with William, I was about to pop, and she was like, okay, so when he's here and you want to throw him across the room, give me a call and we'll talk it through. And I was like, this girl's insane. I'm going to want to throw my baby. And then I was like, oh, I want to throw this baby. Yeah. Like not him, but like you're just like so stressed and whatever. It's a lot, but it's so good.
You're really selling it. Really good.
No, it's great. It's the best thing ever. Can we go back to videos?
Yes. Back pocket videos of moments.
And I'm really sorry if I offend some of you listeners, because you might be these people.
Not sorry.
I get a really like awkward feeling when I watch videos of like people taking pregnancy tests or doing something in the mirror.
Yeah.
And then they're crying on camera.
Yeah.
Like something about the crying on camera makes me feel like I should not be watching this. Like I get
feels too intimate.
Too intimate.
Well, that's all of social media is too intimate.
It gets so awkward. And then you start to question like people's authenticity, because like there are people who can like turn it on and cry for a camera.
Oh, I can.
And I'm like,
I could remake my video right now of finding out that I'm pregnant, and y'all would not know. But there's no way I'm going to do that.
But people do that.
No, I know. But then some of our friends don't do that, and we don't know. And we're never going to ask to like, did you redo that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I start like judging people.
Yeah. So just don't watch them.
I don't. I have to keep swiping.
Yeah.
Sliding and swiping.
I mean, y'all would have, the video of me finding out I was pregnant would be absolutely nothing. First of all, butt naked in the bathroom's it's just not a vibe for me.
Could go viral though.
And second of all, I didn't really say anything. I just looked at it and I said, wow, God, this is going to be fun.
Now, see, I love when people video those moments. I just get awkward when it's on social media and I'm watching it and they're crying in the camera. It's only the crying. Yeah. I'm like, I don't feel like I should be watching this.
Well, I went to South Korea shortly after when I was pregnant, casual, 14-hour flight. Literally, I almost died putting those compression socks on, let me tell you. And I was like, okay, Asian culture in general, they love Americans and they love like the social media, like going viral thing, like they're all about it. And so I knew I could video things in South Korea that I wouldn't in America.
Yeah.
Like I was in 7-Eleven taking videos. I would never take my phone out in a gas station here.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
First of all, security reasons, but like I just wouldn't. And I just had to lean into the fact of like, I'm taking videos of myself in public and it's fine. It almost killed me to take that many videos in public.
Were you exhausted?
I just don't know how people get on camera all the time.
All the time.
And yeah, I can't. Like,
you know what else is really just like unfathomable to think about doing is because the new popular thing on TikTok or Reels maybe is day in the life or a morning in my life or whatever.
I don't want to see a morning in my life. I mean, maybe you do. Tell me.
I don't think people want to see a morning in my life, but I know that you got up and you set the camera up over there so that you could fake wake up. Because they do the wake up.
And y'all aren't going to see me get out of my bed.
They
see my whole butt.
They do the wake up.
Yeah,
like, they'll be like in bed. Their eyes are closed. They set up a camera. You didn't fall back asleep.
No.
You're acting it out.
And it's cute because you're getting to watch it. But
no, I watch them, y'all. I'm sucked in. But then I keep thinking like, wow, you really had to. Like, one person put up a camera in like their mudroom or whatever where they're like coming from their garage. And like went back out to the garage and came back in.
Well, that's all it is. I mean, everything. If you're at the grocery store, they set it up, come back around the corner. Set it up at the car, walk all the way.
How much time that takes is insane.
It's not for me. But some of y'all crush it. Good for you.
No, good for you because
I hope you're monetized.
All I want in life is to be famous. Like,
you don't.
Well, you know I want to be a reality.
Yeah. Well, me too. And that's actually, speaking of reality TV, that's what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
That is how I've told a few people that I'm pregnant because there's a reality show that I have been prepping to apply for. So I called some friends and I was like, I got to tell you something. My application to Survivor is delayed. And they're like, why? I was like, I'm pregnant.
That's amazing.
It was great.
So good. Well, that's what I was going to say is that I really want to be, it's not that I want to be
Big
famous.
Brother, right? That's
I just
what you want to do.
I want to do Big Brother for sure.
Yeah, that's the one.
I just want to be like on a reality TV show. Well, the second thing that's closest to that is probably possible is like a TikTok page or like viral. I can't go viral because I am so lazy. I will not take the time to set up that camera.
Yeah. You'd have to have an assistant.
I'm broke.
And you know what?
I'm broke. I can't even get a co-host.
Can't even. I mean, we can work something out.
We could. What were you gonna say? Oh, Survivor.
That was the other thing I want. That was the only other thing I want to talk about. Pregnancy and Survivor, and then anything else we talked about was fine.
Okay, so spoiler alert. Is the finale this week?
It's tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, the finale. When this comes out, the finale will come out tonight. We are on last week's episode still.
Okay.
So we finished the one where spoiler alert. Pause. Turn it off. Do what you need to do if you're watching. Blah, 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 where Mary gets voted off, which was so annoying.
Was it not?
If you have any chance at all to take Joe out, God literally gave it to you by taking the immunity away from him, and he almost won immunity.
I know, and then Jeff was like, "Oh no,
just kidding," and God's like, "Here you go, here you go."
No,
vote him out.
At this point, I want Joe to win. At this point, I'm like, he deserves to win.
Me too.
Yeah, this season though has been really fun. It has been a great season of Survivor.
Yeah.
The last 5 episodes have slowed down because this one alliance is really palling around and they're not making moves. And every episode they say, I think it's time to make a move. And then they don't.
They don't.
I think it's time to make a move. And they don't.
And they've lost their chance.
Yeah, they have.
Because now they don't have enough numbers on the opposing side to go after a big shot.
Yeah. And even if they try to get someone to flip, it's now that's going to hurt jury management and all the things. So, yeah, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
But it's good TV.
It's good TV. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. I think that I love this cast so much. And I think the problem is they love each other too much to backstab.
So you saw Mary get voted out.
Yeah.
You saw what
with
David did. God bless.
That was like, I felt cringe.
No, I felt second, third, fourth, fifth.
I was like, I don't think I should be watching this.
No, I literally had to turn off. Guys, I don't know. If you don't watch Survivor yet, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's season 48. It's been on for 20 years.
Well, no, 20 more.
Yeah, it's been 20 more. Yeah, 25.
25.
It's been on since 2001, right?
Yeah.
I've watched every episode. It's my dream to be on there one day.
You will be, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. And this guy, he's jacked. And he is a little, just in his own world.
He's a meathead. He's a
stunt double.
He's a stunt double for his actual job. He literally is that guy you see at Gold's Gym who looks at himself in the mirror while he pumps.
Yeah, and he knows he's hot and buff. And so he just so when you get voted out, once there's a certain part of I don't need to explain the entire Survivor situation here, but there's a certain part in the show, you get voted out, you sit on a jury. And what you're doing as a jury member is you're prepping to vote for who you want to win $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So when you sit on the jury, you're not allowed to talk, you're not allowed to react. This dude, since he's been voted off, he comes in every single time with the tightest tank top, which is just like, what are you doing? Jeans, flip-flops. Okay, I'm already out. And then he sits there with a duck face. He literally is sucking his cheeks in, making a Zoolander
so
face
dramatic
the entire time, trying to intimidate them. And Mary gets voted off, which is one of his people. And his
only people.
Yeah.
Like true people.
He stood up. You can't stand up. You're not supposed to move. And he stood there like a bodyguard.
He literally had his hands, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to stand up. He stood up and he had his hands.
I was going to say it's going to be crossed.
Sorry. His hands are right here. And he's just watching,
yeah.
Stands up for the most awkward amount of time. Probably a good 3.5 minutes.
At least. And I said, oh, okay. I mean, again, great TV.
Phenomenal television.
But
Mary didn't even acknowledge it. She was probably like, this guy is so weird. And Shaheen could not stop laughing.
And Star in the back.
I didn't see Star.
Oh, you got to rewatch the clip.
What'd she do?
She's trying to hold her breath. It's great. Yeah.
Oh, it's so cringeworthy.
Yeah.
So who do you think is going to win?
Well, you haven't seen the last episode. Yeah. So with keeping that person that got voted off in the running without telling you, I think that it could be Kyle or Shaheen if they play it right, or it'll be Joe.
Here's the deal. If Kyle would have made that move with Camilla last episode, he would have won.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he did have a major social game, and that's great for jury because he had all the other team or the other alliance members on his team too.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But he was too I told him my story. That's Survivor, honey.
That's the whole game.
It is a literal game.
Which is why I want to go on Survivor. I got so many stories.
You have so many stories. And you have such a good social game, and you're strong. And are you good at puzzles?
Yeah.
She could do a puzzle.
I could do a puzzle.
I would literally day one. Remember last season or 2 seasons ago when those 2 people dropped out day one because one got anxiety and one missed her cigarettes.
When people quit Survivor, I'm like, you're on a do not fly list with me. I'm never looking at your social media. I literally have you blocked on any Google alert. I don't ever want to see your face again. You just got on the most exclusive TV show of all time.
Day one went home because she missed her nicotine gum. Do you remember that?
Yes.
The nicotine gum got me so good. But that's kind of me. Night one of sleeping. I'm not on nicotine.
I was like, are you?
But night one of no sleep, I'd be like, I don't think I can do this for 26 days.
You'd be so tired you'd sleep. And you wouldn't have your kids, you'd be asleep.
I don't know. You know how I still sleep. I'd have to.
You need to go on Big Brother. You gotta go on Big Brother.
I gotta go on Big Brother.
In a bed.
So the thing about Big Brother is it's basically the same exact concept as Survivor, except you do have food, and it's 100 days.
And you're in a house.
So you get to sleep in a bed and whatever, but you have food and all that. But Survivor's only 26 days. The torture of Big Brother is you're shut off from society for 100 days if you make it all the way. And I remember one season, someone was like, we don't even know who's running for president.
Yeah, and the queen died. And the queen died. I didn't even know.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, so.
I've been watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Have you? You maybe learned anything?
That maybe I don't want to be a reality TV star.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't want to do that kind of reality TV. I want to do a game.
Here's what you're going to do, okay?
I really want to be a TV host.
I was going to say, before you get on television, whatever you're applying for, you need to have your profile stacked with things that people can buy. Like this ebook, this thing, this course. Merch, things for people to sign up for. So when you do go on the show and people are checking you out, they can just boom, 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 and it's already ready.
Yeah.
The viral is already starting.
The viral is beginning.
You don't have to wait till you get back.
Yeah. And you have someone.
Myself.
I need to get an assistant to run my page while I'm gone, because there's people who have people who
girl,
post for them.
If you go on a show, you let me know. I'll run it every hour.
Okay. You're hired.
I'll just take a little percentage of the merch you sell. It'll be fine.
Okay, one more thing about Survivor.
Yeah.
Eva. Cannot watch that girl eat on another reward. Yeah. The way that woman eats, it is like she uses no hands and just murdered a lion in the jungle and rips into it.
It's giving Twilight.
Yes. Literally, she's a vampire.
It's like she's devouring a deer. Back to the deer from the beginning.
All over her face. She goes on she's never not been on a reward.
I know.
For food. Yeah. And then she had the nerve in last week's episode or the week before, because we've been watching back to back because we were on vacation, to say, I'm so hungry, I gotta go on this reward. You were on a reward yesterday.
Well, you're gonna freak out when I tell you this. So there's an account that posts deleted interviews and things. It's called All Winners Survivor on Instagram. Check it out. There's a video of her talking about how she's never felt this weak in her life. She's been an athlete her whole life.
Yeah, so she eats a lot.
She's actually having a little bit of like body dysmorphia stuff because she's losing her muscle. And so she's freaking out. And so you only saw the clip of her saying, I'm so hungry, I'm freaking out. She had a whole 30-minute interview.
See, they need to show that to make us understand that.
I know. But yeah, she's very interesting. I'm glad that she's been on there. It's been a great storyline. It's been great awareness.
I love her as a person. I just can't watch her eat.
No, I can't watch her do a lot of things.
I cannot watch her eat. But that moment where she cried, or where she like froze during the competition, and then Joe came over and gave her a hug. I've never cried like that.
Oh, and Jeff
cried.
It was amazing.
Michael was weeping. We're all weeping.
I was crying. Me and Ryan were crying. Yeah, so she won't win.
No.
She hasn't done anything.
No, all she is loyal to a fault almost. It's kind of ruining her game.
It is.
She's just Joe's sidekick.
I don't think she's thought through winning. I think she just wants to get to the end.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great season. Can't wait to see who wins tonight.
Oh, so don't we because we go to bed at 8:30.
Well, it's on from 8 to 11. So
I know, that's why we're not going to finish it till like next week, because these kids only allowed us like 10 minutes of TV time. Well, let me take back up. It's not the kids' fault.
No.
We're grandparents.
Yeah, you go to bed at 9.
We go to bed so early. We're very diligent about that.
Yeah. I won't text you.
What else is going on in your life? Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I could bring this up. Ryan and I are in a very weird stage where we're starting to care for our parents medically, while also trying to start a family. It's like this weird middle ground. My dad has MS, and so he's been in and out of the hospital a lot. And then Ryan's parents, they're doing well. There's some mental illness there, but his aunt and uncle who live a mile from his parents' house, his aunt has late stage Parkinson's. So his dad is always there. So we've been towing this line of like, how much of ourselves do we give to our parents versus how much do we, have to get other people to help.
Yeah.
And so it's been great because our community's been very supportive, but yeah, it's like a weird caregiver role that I wasn't anticipating
prior to like entering the biggest caregiver role.
Yeah.
Of your life.
Yeah. And our parents are older. I mean, my parents waited 12 years to have me. And then Ryan's parents had 2 kids that are 20 and 17 years older than Ryan. And then he was the reconciliation baby. So he was a big surprise. So his parents are late 70s, which is most people's grandparents. And so, yeah, that's been interesting.
That's tough. That's really, really tough to navigate.
Yeah.
Because you want to be able to like show up when they need you at all times, but then also you have to kind of protect your peace a little bit too.
Yeah. And thankfully our parents, we have great relationships with our parents. They're not expecting anything from us. But we love them and want the best. And so a few months back I like asked for help on Instagram for the first time for my family. And in like 6 hours, we raised enough money to build the ramp for my dad. And
was that the Venmo thing you did?
Yeah, and
I love
his
that.
bathroom. Yeah, I think we raised like almost $7,000. I was able to give $1,000 cash to my mom to pay for his rehab stuff. So it's just been sweet.
Yeah,
but yeah, different stage. So yeah, if anyone else is going through that, feel free to reach out to me, and we can talk about the caregiver of it all.
I think the key thing that you said there is to like reach out to your community.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to do it on social media, but like people want to be there for people, but we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah, and it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't have to be on social media. Like if you're in a small group, or if you're part of Soul, or if you're part of a fitness group, or anything that you're a part of is your community.
Yeah.
And so if you're able to just let people know what you're going through, they want to help.
Yeah.
Just like you want to help anyone else.
Yeah.
Going through something.
Totally.
And it doesn't have to be monetarily. It can be time. It can be food. That's been a huge
food's
thing.
Huge.
For my parents, people making like freezer meals, and so I could take them and stock their freezer, so it takes something else off my mom's plate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Speaking of your mom, you took her on a trip, like a once in a lifetime trip.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was amazing. She turned 70 last year. She quit smoking for the first time ever. She smoked since she was 15 years old.
Wow.
And I was like, girl, them lungs are clear. Let's go somewhere. I was like, where do you want to go? She goes, what about the Ark in Kentucky? And I said, oh, dream bigger. I was like,
how about no?
I mean, we can, but like, I'm saying anywhere, Mom.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want to go. And so.
How about that Ark in Kentucky?
And so we went to Iceland because it's my favorite place. And I'm very familiar with it, so it's easy to get around. And
right.
I was able to use a companion pass for her, so we didn't have to pay for her flight, which is great. Took her all around Iceland. First time she's been out of the country since she was 3 years old. First time she's been on a flight in like 20 years. You know.
Was she just like so overwhelmed with joy? Was there fear there too?
I don't think she was afraid because she was with me, and we were just down to clown.
What a sweet time for you to look back on one day. But I'm so glad I got that trip with my mom.
Well, and I knew that Ryan and I really wanted to start a family soon, so I didn't know how important it was that we went ahead and did that.
Yeah.
And it was while my dad was in between, stages of his disease, and he was not in the hospital, and he was doing really well.
Yeah.
So it was very easy for her to leave him for a week,
right,
with someone
without guilt or anything like that.
Now I don't know if she could do it, but other day we were talking, and I was like, I think it was actually before I told her I was pregnant. So this is a few months ago. I said, where do you want to go next, Mom? Like, I was kind of just joking with her. She's like, we're going back to Iceland. I said, okay. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, the first place I want to go with this baby is Iceland. So I think I should take Ryan and my mom and the baby to Iceland.
Yeah.
That should be
You should while the baby's a baby, because that's the easiest time to travel.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
When they just sleep.
Yeah. So I'll keep you posted on that.
That'd be fun.
But yeah, I'm hoping if everything's okay, medically all the things next summer to do that. That'd be fun.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Wait, when are you due?
October, sometime in October.
What a great month.
That's what I'm thinking.
Such a good month.
Because then you're like, home for the holidays, and a doctor's calling me because I didn't show up for an appointment. LOL. Forgot.
Today? Oh my gosh, honey. I'll have to log off anyway to pick up my kids. But oh my gosh.
I know.
What a joy.
Yes, perfect. Now you know what's going on in my life.
Now I know.
And I know what's going on in yours because I asked you at the photo shoot. So
yeah.
And that's all, guys. So if you want to travel, DM me. If you need to know anything about Iceland, holler. If you have PCOS
you were born a podcast, keep going.
On a fertility journey, happy to chat through it. Happy to connect you to the people that I trust.
And y'all, seriously, if you want to DM Summer and you've never met her, she will respond.
No. We chit-chatting in the DM.
And even if you don't know her, you do now.
Yeah.
Follow her because she has funny content.
Yeah, it's been sparse recently.
There haven't been as many cones.
I know.
Contenting.
I need to bring it back a little. I feel like people don't want to see it.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
You need to have like a cone themed first birthday for your baby.
Well, I would like to have a cone themed baby shower that's like under construction. Wouldn't that be funny?
Who's throwing your baby shower?
We'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
And then the first birthday of our child will be Survivor themed. We survived the first year. Yes.
For Coco.
You have to.
But we're not going to do games because I just don't have the time.
Okay.
I was just going to do buffs and like tiki torches and make it cute and fun.
Let's talk because maybe I could run the games for you. When's your birthday? Like next month?
Early in June.
Yeah, girl, let me know.
Okay. That would be fun. Would you be like, what would
be Jeff?
Yeah, you'd have to be Jeff.
I could wear a PFG.
So my best friend Taylor, you met her. She lives in Texas. Her husband and her are obsessed with Survivor as well. Mm-hmm. And every year for her birthday, her parents have a lake house. And so they go to the lake and they invite a bunch of friends and they literally have Survivor games. And her husband is...
Well, then let him do it.
He is Jeff.
Is he coming?
No. He is Jeff. He's his name, because his name is Travis in real life. He calls himself Trev. And he gets so into character the entire weekend. Like, he wears cargo shorts. He wears the whole outfit. He doesn't break character. He is Trev. I'd like
to go to his birthday.
So we tried to go last year, but I was pregnant.
This year.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
All right, listeners, I love you guys so much. I'm going to put all of Summer's links in the show notes.
At Summer Lambert photo, that's the only link.
And that's what you're going to click, and you're going to follow her, and you're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
Love you so much, Summer.
Love you, girl.
Love you so much, listeners. I don't know who's coming next week. That's just how I live my life.
See what's up? Maybe it'll be me again. I don't know.
It might be Summer. You going to stick around. We record a second episode.
Yeah.
All right, bye, y'all.
Thanks for listening to Heart and Soul. If this episode encouraged you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Talk to you next week.